We have safety tips from the beaches to the bays, what lifeguards and police officers are advising this 4th of July weekend.
Gas prices were already high, but with this new gas tax, how much higher did they go?
A ranch manager is in the hot seat as 2 La Jolla residents battle for their missing mother's ranch near Idlewild.
Go home! Go home! Go home!
Plus, where people attending a pride event at a California bar faced off with a group of people yelling homophobic slurs.
Meet the woman who collects unwanted fair prizes and made 100,000 children smile.
CBS 8 News live at 6 starts now.
Like a moth to a flame, people are already beelining to the water for what first responders are calling the Super Bowl weekend for the beach areas. Good evening, I'm Jesse Pagan, in for Carlo.
I'm Marcella Lee. Thanks for joining us tonight. Local lifeguards are encouraging people to be safe at the beach and in the water this 4th of July. CBS 8's Heather Hope begins our holiday weekend coverage tonight with more on that safety message. Heather?
Families are already flocking to Fiesta Island, taking advantage of the water. This as San Diego Police already has dozens of units on site for their mobile command to increase their presence.
This is the Super Bowl weekend out in the beach areas. We are expecting large crowds.
Fully staffed from the ocean to Mission Bay, San Diego lifeguards say they have all the resources they need ready for the influx of people this 4th of July.
We have our extra equipment deployed and all of our plans in place to be able to manage the extra crowds for the weekend.
Lifeguards will staff extra crews at the boat launches to do equipment checks and make sure everyone has all the required safety gear and proper documentation to be on the water, from life jackets to California boater cards for operators aged 45 years old or younger.
Safety on the water is our number one concern, so we always want to encourage folks to check in with the lifeguards before they settle in and find their spot for the day. Check the conditions with lifeguards. The conditions will change throughout the day on the bay and at the beach.
San Diego police officers already have mobile command centers set up.
Well, we're going to have police officers out on the water on boats. We're going to have them on quads, off-road vehicles out in the sand. They're going to be on foot. They'll be in police cars, motorcycles.
Captain Scott Wall says the safety rules are simple. No alcohol out at the beach or bay. You can't camp overnight, and don't bring any fireworks.
Canines that can detect fireworks. It is a citable offense, and we will be taking enforcement action.
There will also be paramedics on the water.
This is our monitor instead of an AED. It allows us to shock patients. It allows us to pace patients.
The STAR, or Special Tactics and Rescue Team, say they are well prepared to handle any medical emergencies.
Especially on the 4th of July when it becomes that much crowded for engine companies and ambulances to get to the beaches. Now we have resources that can come from the water to the beach and get patient care at a higher level with ALS.
San Diego Police always advises people to get here early to the beaches and the bays for parking, but this time they're saying you might want to consider ride sharing to avoid traffic and avoid looking for a spot. Heather Hope, CBS 8.
Didn't it just look like Heather was standing in front of the picture-perfect backdrop here in San Diego perfect for beaches, boating, grilling outdoors, anything?
Yeah, sure did. Chief Meteorologist Carlene Chavis here early for a first look at your forecast. Carlene, is it going to stay that way?
Yep.
And that's your forecast.
Back to you.
No, it is going to stay that way. So lots of sunshine in the forecast right now. We're basking in it, and as we go into the weekend, much of the same. Taking a look at that weekend forecast. So we will start off the mornings with the low cloud coverage. That's going to continue all the way into Monday for the 4th of July. So temperatures are going to take a little bit of a hit, though. The conditions are going to stay the same, but we will see sunshine by the afternoon with temperatures below seasonal. So you're looking at 68 degrees on Monday for the 4th of July. And that's going to be for the coast. Also taking a look at those inland regions. Then we're going to take a hit, more of a difference across inland valleys as we go from the upper 70s. That's the near seasonal range, right back into the upper 70s returning by Monday. So you're talking about 5 to 10 degrees below seasonal. We've had 90s over the past few days. We're getting a nice little break from that before we warm up yet again. We'll take a look at your complete forecast coming up. Marcella?
We're working for you tonight to help you make plans ahead of time to have fun and celebrate the 4th of July. Always a crowd pleaser, the Big Bay Boom will go off from 4 barges in the San Diego Bay on Monday night. If you want to skip the boom for a buzz, We're not talking about the alcoholic Kai. We're talking about the drone show. That's going to be taking place in Imperial Beach. Out in El Cajon, you can head to Kennedy Park for a fireworks celebration. And of course, those are just a few of the events happening around the county. To see the full list, head to CBS8.com and remember that all fireworks, even sparklers, are illegal for you to set off at home.
As many of us are packing up the car for the weekend drive, the state is hiking up the gas tax by 3 cents. The spike comes amid record high prices and inflation, leaving one group to lead a gas tax revolt on San Diego streets today. CBS 8's Kirsten Holmes is on the story for us today. She's live in Kearny Mesa with more tonight. Kirsten?
Yeah, hey there, Jesse. We are here at the Chevron on Balboa. Take a look behind me. I want you to check out these gas prices. For a gallon of regular, it's going to cost you $6.39. For Supreme, it's going to cost you $6.69. Now, gas was already expensive, but the people we talked to today say that extra 3 cents a gallon for this gas tax is just too much.
It's already horrible, so it's like you can't really make it worse.
Just trying to get to where you need to. Try to carpool is a big thing.
I just don't travel as much.
Just trying to stack my bread up. Hopefully I can get through it, you know?
That's how drivers we talked to today say they're dealing with gas prices. And that's why Carl DeMaio with Reform California says they're protesting by collecting signatures for a petition to block gas tax hikes in the future.
And in these troubling times, we need to give immediate relief. That's why we're calling for an immediate suspension of the state gas tax. Gas prices are at a historic high. And what do the politicians in Sacramento do? They prove how untethered they are from reality and the struggles of working families by raising the gas tax by 3 cents today.
Starting today, July 1st, the gas tax increases by 5.6%. That takes the current tax to 53.9 cents a gallon, which means today you're paying 2.8 cents more. Why? Well, Senate Bill 1, which was approved in 2017, calls for an automatic increase every year to incrementally raise the fuel excise tax to pay for things like fixing roads, potholes, rebuilding bridges, and other transportation needs. Governor Newsom and state lawmakers toyed with the idea of suspending the state gas tax, but so far have not. Instead, California lawmakers are sending inflation rebate checks as early as October. DeMaio says something needs to be done now.
When you add up all of the state gas taxes, which would be the excise tax, cap and trade tax, and the sales tax on each gallon of gas, it's $1.29 effective today per gallon. I mean, why not give $1.29 per gallon break immediately?
I don't know how people are making it. It's tough. It's tough on my family, so I know it's got to be tough on everybody else.
All right, you're taking a look at people filling up again at the Chevron on Balboa. We've been here for a little more than an hour, and it's been a steady stream of customers. Even I filled up today, not necessarily here. I got a membership at Costco, so I waited about 30 minutes to get that membership discount. But we're all trying to do what we can to save money when it comes to those rising gas costs. Reporting live in Kearny Mesa, I'm Kirsten Holmes. Back to you.
All right, Kirsten, thank you. County supervisors say they will fight the planned placement of a sexually violent child predator in Borrego Springs until they have more say in future placements. Right now, the Department of State Hospitals is seeking to put 69-year-old convicted child molester Michael Martinez in the East County community. But supervisors want full veto power over any placement anywhere in the county, including the release of Martinez into Borrego Springs.
Today, it's Borrego. Tomorrow, could be Rancho Bernardo again. It's our job to protect families and protect the neighborhoods, and I won't stand for these placements.
A hearing is set for next Friday downtown. The public is allowed to attend and weigh in. Meantime, CBS 8 reached out to the Department of State Hospitals. We're still waiting for their response. A military family is suing the County of San Diego for what they say are false accusations of child abuse and for taking their 7-month-old son from their house for more than a month. The lawsuit is the latest against San Diego's Child Welfare Service Department. The family says staff took their infant son after the boy accidentally headbutted his mom while playing on her lap. The baby had a hairline fracture and the mom had an injury to her mouth. The boy was out of the home for more than a month before a judge dismissed the case against the family. To read more about the lawsuits and the county payouts to settle others, go to CBS8.com.
It's been 1 week since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. And today, President Biden met virtually with Democratic governors to plan their next steps in the abortion fight. Meanwhile, abortion rights advocates are taking their fight to the courts and the polls. Skylar Henry has the latest from the White House.
President Biden met virtually with a group of Democratic governors to discuss the future of abortion rights.
I share the public outrage at this extremist court. that's committed to moving America backwards. This is not over. It's not over.
He also announced his support for a change in Senate rules.
Congress is going to have to act to codify the Roe into federal law. The filibuster should not stand in the way of us being able to do that. But right now, we don't have the votes in the Senate.
It comes one day after the president slammed the high court's decision to overturn Roe versus Wade on the world stage.
The outrageous behavior of the Supreme Court of the United States.
In a statement, Senate GOP leader Mitch McConnell slammed the president's remarks as an inappropriate attack on the court, adding the people will now have a say on abortion rights. The Democrats have seized the issue to rally voters ahead of this year's midterm elections, with abortion measures already expected on some state ballots.
This movement isn't waiting until November to fight back and protect access.
Planned Parenthood and other supporters of abortion rights have also turned to state courts. In Florida, a judge said he'd temporarily block the state's 15-week ban under the state constitution, following similar rulings in other states.
It was not, of course, something, that we were happy to see.
Florida's Republican governor has vowed to continue the legal battle. Skyler Henry, CBS News, the White House.
In today's call, several governors told the president they are taking steps to assist women who travel to their states to seek abortion services. Governor Gavin Newsom was not on the call because of a previously scheduled family trip.
Tonight, 20 members of the armed services are now officially U.S. citizens.
Their citizenship was recognized today on the USS Midway Museum with a 4th of July naturalization ceremony. The 20 citizenship candidates represent the U.S. Navy, Marines, and National Guard. They come from 15 different countries. These military heroes tell us that America gave them opportunities their country couldn't.
It's a great feeling, to be honest, to be part of this great country. And, feeling that freedom, I can vote, I can have a voice in this country.
Similar Independence Day ceremonies are happening across the nation, welcoming more than 6,000 new U.S. citizens.